feel like, in terms of draft. But overall, I'm really not a big fan. I'm really not a big fan of this Rubik. And this time, Immortal got a Mars. Okay, Mars Mirana lane. Then the Ogre Magi is going to be paired up with a hard carry. Magnus did get banned out in second phase, and so did the Beastmaster. So some buff heroes are gone for Immortal side. So DeMonster, they should pick something. The thing about this draft right now, it's really hard for DeMonster because there's not a whole lot of carries that pair well with Rubik or Clock.
Yeah.
Right? And these are your two supports pretty much. Unless the Clock is your position 4 or something. And China is not the type of region that plays like mid Rubik, you know, unless you're like maybe or something. And they're gonna go with the Quap. Okay, so they pick a Quap blind. This Quap could be a 4 hero. There's an anti-mage still open, and I think that could be a great hero for Immortal this game. But if they pick AM here, then there's a risk of, okay, they're gonna go with the Morphling. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so that's gonna be the carry paired up with the Ogre, ranged carry, and now the Morphling is just gonna be straight up counterpicked by the Phantom Lancer. I don't know, man. Morphling in the 4th pick there, I really dislike it. By Immortal. I think this game, DeMonster, I gotta give them a little bit of the edge right now in the draft. Like, Immortal need to pick some super clutch mid lane, and it better not be Zeus. I swear.
I don't think they're gonna pick Zeus into Queen of Pain Phantom Lancer somehow.
I mean, they might, though. Like, Zeus is not terrible against PL. You can clear his illusions pretty well with your Arc Lightning. Yeah. But I don't know, man. Zeus, I wouldn't have even mind Immortal getting a Phantom Lancer. Like, Magnus is gone, right? Spectre's gone. There isn't many Radiance heroes that DeMonster can pick. And Peel is very, very good against Rubik and Clock. But I don't like, they should have just picked the mid laner on the side of Immortal and last pick the carry even. Is what I'm beginning to feel like. Because this Peel is super annoying for Morphling. That's for sure. And Rubik is quite nice against Morph too. All the spells that you steal from him is gonna make you feel real nice. You're gonna see like a 2000 HP Rubik running around at like 11 minutes in the game once he steals that attribute shift, and then later in the game he might even get like a waveform or something, and that does a lot of damage.
It do slap. It do slap indeed. But yeah, I think I don't know. I'm trying to think of options for EHOME Immortal. Like, I'd like the Necro, but then at the same time, Necro into Queen of Pain is pretty bad if I remember correct. It does feel like they've got their hands tied a little bit here, because you can't really choose a hero which builds Radiance because you've got a Morphling, and you need someone to do something in this game. So
yeah, exactly. No, you need like I think you need a Kunkka this game.
Yeah,
I think Kunkka is amazing pick for Immortal. Even a Dragon Knight could be good if the Kunkka gets banned. But I hope they're thinking about it, because Kunkka is a pretty good counter to PL. Can also buy Radiance later in the game if needed. Amazing against Queen of Pain. She doesn't like buying Yule's first item just to counter a Kunkka, because then that means she can't get Orchid, right, to try and kill the Morphling.
Yep. And anybody who gets cogged up, no problem. Just throw them a boat. They'll be fine. A lot of options. A lot of options. Yeah, DK also a good secondary pick as well. Also does fine versus co-op. Like, you just level up your health. You just say, okay, fine, you dagger me. I live anyway. We trade farm, which co-op doesn't like very much. DeMonster, final pick for them. They need themselves an off-laner. What gets banned out? So the Night Stalker and Death Prophet actually got banned out from Immortal. So they're feeling they're probably going to go down like the kind of either pushing route or the ganking route. Beastmaster got banned out a while ago, and they're actually going to go for the Axe here. Okay.
Axe offlane, Quap mid. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me that Kunkka, baby.
I don't really get this Axe pick. I mean, it's something which you can jump on the Morphling if he gets full agi and just get the call off. Some hard lockdown for him is always nice as well, but no, I was thinking like Abaddon could have been really sick for DeMonster this game. Like, they don't really need much more. I mean, into the Mirana? No? Okay. Is he that bad? Is he that in the bin?
So bad, man.
Poor boy.
So bad. I don't want to see. I mean, Abaddon carry could be okay, but like...
I mean, I've also seen him lose every Abaddon carry game as well. I don't think I've ever seen Abaddon win in a very long time. So
yeah, don't want to see Abaddon.
Legion could have been nice actually. I would like to see Legion. Does the same thing as Axe.
Legion could have been good. Yeah, maybe he just doesn't play Legion. There's some offlaners who are like that, right? But they do need some lockdown in this game.
Yeah.
Like, they have Rubik and Clock, which are like kind of soft lockdowns. They want something hard like an Axe. Ember, okay, it's not terrible, but it's definitely not a Kunkka. I think Kunkka would have been way better because Kunkka would have actually wrecked Quap mid too.
Yeah, it does very well versus Corp mid, and Ember can struggle against Corp mid as well. If he's unable to dodge these daggers, then he can have some troubles. But when we also seen Embers just level up like Flame Guard and just run into the lane and just smack creeps, and Corp's like, oh, okay, well, we'll harass you whilst you're doing this, but I can't really stop it either.
Well, it's a similar idea, like the Ember as the Kunkka, because you get the searing chains and you get the arrow, right?
Yeah.
Which is like a pretty good combo.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, if the Ember has to go for searing chain in the lane, then he's not going flame guard. You know, it's really complicated against a Quap. Where if they had the Kunkka, the X mark arrow, boom, super easy, super simple, right? You just Quap. If she shows up in the lane when you're like level 4, level 5, there's a Mirana nearby after she checks like the power rune at 4 minutes or something. Easy kills all game long. But I think they want to make the game a little bit more harder for themselves. I mean, Ember is still very nice because he can deal with PL. He can buy Mjolnir, right? He can also buy Radiant if he needs to. It's just obviously, like we said, the Quap can have a good lane now.
Yeah, but I do think this Ember's, like, as you say, a decent pick. Like, he's gonna do a lot this game, especially to the PL. Getting that Maelstrom just helps you find the real one. And look at this big naked axe just in our faces. I mean, talk about unrealistic body standards. Jesus Christ. I mean, that is some low body fat percentage, some big muscles. You're never gonna reach that unless you don't have a life. You're in the gym, or you have a big axe.
It's ballerina as much as axe does. You can be like that too.
Is that the secret? Is that the unknown secret to becoming absolutely jacked? Is ballet?
Yep.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna get my ballet shoes on then.
Look at all that. You see all that spinning he does?
Yeah, exactly. Some pirouettes, I believe they're called. I'll have you know.
We'll see this game how much ballet Meliodas has practiced.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets on his ballet shoes. He doesn't look like he's got ballet feet though, because don't ballet dancers usually have like strange feet because they bounce on their toes a lot?
Oh, you mean it's like super narrowed, right?
I think so. I don't know if that's actually true or not. Maybe I'm thinking of like, I was thinking of geishas actually. You know, in this is getting weird, but in Japanese culture, geishas used to bind their feet where they basically like break them in half. Ugh.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen it in like some movie. I mean, I don't know this like historically, but I've seen this stuff in like movies.
Oh, we saw the shoes they used in a museum once. Oh, horrifying, really horrifying.
I think they also like chop a part of your feet or something. Like,
I think they do that. Yeah, like, basically small feet equals good. So yeah, see you later, feet. Yeah. Sorry, boys, but you gotta take it for the team in this time. Otherwise, I'm not gonna find me a man. Anyway, down in the bottom lane, there's a bit of a fight going on. The arrow actually connects onto Rubik. Nice wraparound from Planet here, and Rubik is going to be a first blood. A Morphling getting first blood. Wow.
That's good for EHOME.
That's very nice.
This is something interesting that EHOME did. Normally, when there's a Morphling on a team, the opponent always thinks that that lane that Morphling's going to, the bounties there are free. Because people don't go to play with a Morphling. Because if Morphling gets jump level 1, he can't do anything. He has attribute lift, right? So Axe and Rubik were thinking, oh, these are free runes, let's go get this. And then all of a sudden, Mirana comes from the back, and there's an Ogre there. Now they have 3 heroes, and there goes first blood. It's not because they were trying to feed or something, it's just because they did not expect 3 heroes bottom whatsoever.
No.
Because of the market back there.
And now we see the Ember Spirit doing exactly what we said, popping that Flame Guard on the first wave, securing himself the range creep, and just generally messing up the lane because he knows that if they just sit here and trade with each other, the Ember Spirit's not going to come out better. So, let's have a look at these side lanes. Bottom lane, we're going to have the Morphling and the Ogre Magi versus the Axe and the Rubik. I feel like this is a pretty strong lane for DeMonster, despite the first blood going the way of EHOME. I don't know, is that going to do enough to shift the lane in EHOME's favor?
Honestly, I think EHOME is going to probably come out ahead in this lane. Like, the moment the Morphling gets to level 2, I don't even know how DeMonster are going to pressure him anymore. The Wraithband is a huge buy. That is a freaking huge buy. Like, right off the bat, he already brings one out. And the Morphling has plenty damage. He can out-deny the Axe easily. The Axe eventually has to start creep skipping. Battle Hunger doesn't do a whole lot against Morph either. So, and the Ogre is too tanky too in this lane. Like, you Battle Hunger the Ogre, what is he? You're like, okay, bro. Thanks. Like, I don't mind. I had a big meal already. This ain't doing much damage to me.
He's fine about it. Had to hung on to Morphin though, a little bit more problematic as he's forced back under the tower. So we'll leave this lane for the time being. Morphling's starting to struggle, but with that level 2, we're expecting him to come back just a little bit. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, we got EHOME with the Mirana and with the Mars. Meanwhile, they've got the PL on the side of DeMonster, and also this Clockwork 5, which I think they've run every game. So no, it has been run. We've seen a clock every game, but yeah, DeMonster didn't play it last game because they had the Snapfire, I believe, but... Planet being having to leap away from the clock. You can get caught out by that, can't you? You can use a leap and then get interrupted mid-leap by a battery assault if you time it wrong.
Did you see the PL's item again? Is this the third time he bought this? No, he didn't buy it last game. He was playing Phantom Assassin, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think he bought it on the PA.
What patch does he think he's playing on?
Just loves
buying the
ring at the risk.
Yeah. He bought a Void.
Save on tangos. Economy. Meanwhile, yeah, Mars drops a little bit. Oh no. Oh no. I saw that coming a mile off. He gets his salve cancelled by the rocket flare. Pretty unfortunate. Planet's coming over. He's got another one though. There you go, bud.
Yeah, I mean, Cogs is not going to do a whole lot, right, in this lane. You're not really trying to kill them. Yep. You're not going to be able to turn on their mana either, so the rocket flare. The rocket flare is quite nice at also like canceling flask on the mid lane. Have you ever done that playing Clockwork? Cancel the mid laner's flask? Oh my goodness.
No, I don't think I have, but that does sound value.
That used to be like a legit strategy back in Dota 1. Like people used to play offlane Clock all the time, and they would just wait for the mid laner to like get low, and you're gonna predict they're gonna pop the flask and you just cancel it. And you just win the lane for your mid laner. Yeah, you would even like, because back then they used to be like tri lanes, right? And you're like offlane solo Clock, and you just keep on rocketing.
Mid lane, oh god. And they're getting close to death there actually, as he dropped super low from the dagger, was just trying to heal up with a tango, but then the Clock comes in from the side, and yeah, problematic.
Oh, okay. Rubik got the rune. So all the team bringing all the supports coming around the mid area to secure this 4-minute rune. Both of the teams want that bad.
Yeah, and meanwhile, fighting up into the axe. Not much. I mean, if he gets a couple of lucky spins, Shiro could be in trouble. But Shiro knows what HP to keep himself on to stop that happening.
Yeah. The lane's going to push back into him and he's going to be able to farm up here. No problem. The Morphing's courier did die. Did it have anything on it? No, he didn't. Okay. He got it already beforehand.
Apparently, according to chat, the geishas are Japanese and they didn't bind their feet. And it's the Chinese who bound their feet, apparently, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess we're the pegs when it comes to Asian culture. Sorry, guys, this isn't our area of expertise. Dota's what we talk about. We'll try and stick to it. Meanwhile, 5-9 getting beaten on down here. He's going to get chased down by the PL and the Clockwork and lose his life. Battery Assault, good spell.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Shiro's actually getting beaten in right now. Call comes out. Of course, he's got that strength morphin though, so he's not too worried about things right now. I'm going to do a lot of damage to him and continue putting the pressure on him. Ogre coming in. Yeah, Mirana joining in this one as well. Start out onto the axe here. Arrow though, that's not going to land. Gee, Mirana just gets absolutely ruined by the Rubik and by some creeps.
Pretty kill. Dude, this Morphling, okay, he finally has his Morbid Mask. Okay, it's here now. Alright, he's good. He's got that sustain available.
I really want the Clock just to kill the Morphling with a flare.
That would be hilarious. I would actually die of laughter if that happened.
The value. Meanwhile, call over. That was very nice. Lift back, thrown back into the creep camp. But actually, Axe getting kind of unlucky with his spins there as he doesn't bring down the Ogre Magi and Ogre gets himself away. Need to practice that ballet axe.
Yeah, he's also got 10 sticks. I mean, that was an Ogre debating if that axe started to dive here. I mean, the axe doesn't want to lose any more HP, right? Because as long as he stays high health, he can constantly threaten the Morphling. So, doesn't want to dive any towers for anyone other than the Morph, I think, in this situation. Man,
this Clockwork's being very ambitious here. Throwing down some battery assaults onto my boy Ember. Ember's pretty calm, though. He's not going to get his tickled that easily. He's a calm man.
Oh, threatens the Quap ult. Ember jumps out.
Yeah, he's playing, dude. He's playing.
Some mind games happen.
Yeah, Axe might not be doing much ballet, but the Ember Spirit certainly is. He's playing around these spells. And now just jumping back to base, having some fun with it.
Looks like Dire's doing quite well this game on their lanes compared to game number 1. I think they were struggling quite a lot. Let's see what kind of actions gonna break out in this bottom. I think soon there's gonna be many fights happening, especially with Ember having. Or Ember doesn't have a TP up, but the Queen of Pain has a TP and has Sonic Wave ready. I don't think she's gonna be using the Sonic Wave on the Ember Spirit, so most likely it's gonna be dished out onto the Morph.
That would be the ideal target, but so far holding off on that TP is they come down to the bottom lane. A lot of heroes here. It's got to be tempting to come in on this one right now as the call comes out, actually missing.
Oh, here's Quap.
But the Ogre, I think he's dead all the same. Taking a bit of time to run him down though. Then comes the Battle Hunger, but Ogre, he's pretty healthy.
Yeah. They retreated very quickly because they saw the Queen of Pain TP on the bottom tower because the creeps actually went into the tower. So
okay.
That exposed the Quap and they instantly started running on the side of EHOME Immortal. And that gave a little bit of space for Ember to like pull ahead of the Quap by just staying at the mid lane.
Yeah, it's a really delicate balance this mid lane because, you know, Ember usually just stays like a couple of last hits behind the Queen of Pain because the Queen of Pain does have that dominance factor, but the moment you mess up one rotation, the moment you waste some of your time, the Ember's going to get on top of you and then he's going to start to just be pretty much as strong as you are, which is not what you want as a Queen of Pain, as mentioned before. You know, she is a hero which loves to dominate lanes if she can. Why she's queen.
How do you... Yeah, looks like another rotation bottom. They really want this Axe because he's annoying the Morphin quite a bit just by sitting there, right? Just staying there in that lane. What do you think of... Oh, okay.
Okay, rotation up the top. They kill off the Mars. Fair enough.
Mirana TP'd in. She might be in trouble. She has no more leaps.
Right? Oh, she's got no more leap? Oh dear. That's awkward. Nice heads up play from the PL though. I mean, just kind of pushing her, testing her, knowing that, you know, I'm sure there's some communication from the team saying that she's been leaping around a lot recently. This little bunny rabbit might actually be vulnerable. And PL actually has the Midas queued up? Excuse me? Is this... He's got it queued up. It's in his quick buy.
I don't know about that, champ. I think this hero needs every timing to get to his Diffusal Blade and Manta style. And if you go Midas, I don't know about that.
You know, the argument for Midas usually, from what I hear, is A, hero which needs a farming tool, and B, a hero which has something they can proc. And technically you can proc Juxtaposed, but...
Let's be real here. It's probably very unnecessary. I think you need that Diffusal Manta so you can deal with the Morphling as soon as you can.
I think so as well.
And it's not like he's having a terrible game either where he needs to catch up on XP or something like that. Like, he's going to be able to farm whatever he wants on this map. So what's the purpose of the Midas? It's not going to help him farm more creeps on the map. He's going to farm just as much as he always can, as long as he gets, like, that Yasha, that agility stuff. So it's interesting. We'll see how it plays out, I guess. And then we'll know.
I mean, is it more about the gold he's going to get, or is it more about the XP, perhaps?
I mean, it has to be the XP, I think. He doesn't even need it.
I feel similarly.
He's gonna be hella farm no matter what in this game. He doesn't have a lot of threat. Like, Ogre can't threat him. Have any threat on him. Mirana neither. Like, and those are your early game tempo dudes on your side, on the opponent's side. Oh, Ember going in? Okay.
Yeah, they've got the arrow as well. The Queen of Pain, they might be able to bring it down. Another stun from ZZQ will make sure of that. Beautiful gank from EHOME at mid. That was sick.
Morphling bottom. They're trying to engage him, but how do you kill this Morphling? It's actually impossible. I would like to see this Morphling actually leave bottom already. Like, I want him to go farm somewhere where he can farm fast with his Morbid Mask.
Yeah, true enough. He does seem to be holding a lot of time down here, and his net worth isn't fantastic. It's okay, but yeah, we'd definitely like to see a little bit more, but maybe he just wants like power treads before he hits the jungle properly. Yeah, Melodius and Harder. To be fair, he's keeping two heroes pretty well occupied down in this bottom lane, so you've got to think about that as well.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to give some space for his Ember first so he can like farm up and not have to be making the space already. They are going to try to walk bottom now and maybe get a play happening on this Axe. I feel like these plays are more efficient by the Ember if he just TPs on the tier 1 tower and goes in when the Axe is playing aggressively. No, like, this long walk bottom feels so bad because you might even be walking through vision, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they're also making a rotation on the Queen of Pain. She still has Sonic
Who
Wave.
is rotating upon whom, Theban, as they jump in around the back lines here, waiting with their engagement. A hook shot comes in onto the Ember Spirit. Cogs come out as well, but he manages to land the Sleight of Fist. Still takes the damage from the Sonic Wave, it looks like, but they won't bring him down. They'll turn their attention over towards Yoga Magi. In comes the arena, though, catching out the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain gets brought down. Yoga Magi survives. Clockwork, he is stuck inside the arena, going for a walk. Tricky to bring down, but not impossible by any stretch of the imagination, and they will kill the clock. And that's going to make it 3 kills in the bottom lane. A disastrous series of events for DeMonster here as they don't even kill off the Ogre. Not even Ogre dies.
Yeah, that was really bad after the Queen of Pain ulti went off and they were not able to secure any kills. They had to get out right away. The Mars TP'd in, seeing that DeMonsters are overextending after all the spells went off. That arena was huge.
Yeah.
Catching that Queen of Pain, holding on the clock a little bit longer. 3 kills. I mean, they didn't lose anything, right, on the side of EHOME Immortal here.
Yeah.
I feel great. Oh my goodness. PL really did go for the Midas.
You know, I've got a theory about this, right? When my friend started playing Dota, he was like, I mean, he didn't really play video games, but he really liked Dota. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm really bad at this game. What, you know, he was like Herald level, and he was like, what can you give me to improve? And I was like, you know what? If you're playing carry every game, then you should just build like Treads, Sanj, and Yasha. I don't really care what you pick. Just build these items, write them down, build them every game. It's fine, you're in Herald, it doesn't matter, and focus on everything else. You know, if you have this cookie cutter build, then you can focus on everything else and get better at all stuff, and then go back and look at items when you've got the basics down. So, you know, maybe he's just like, all right, Power Treads, Ring of Tarask, Midas, and I'm just going to focus on playing the other aspects of the game, right?
Oh, he's just focusing on farming after getting these items.
Exactly,
That's
dude.
literally all he has to do is farm. And I don't think he's Herald level either.
I don't think he's a Herald. I don't think so, but, you know, this is like, the straw I'm clutching at now, man.
Is that your attempt at understanding this Midas right here?
Yeah, I'm doing some mental gymnastics to try and figure this one out because I just don't know, to be perfectly honest with you. Meanwhile, ooh, Queen of Pain in a little bit of trouble right now. Arrow's going to connect and she is down. This Chains Marauder combination is looking very tasty right now. It's a meatball I certainly want in my spaghetti.
Yeah, they got the Axe, they got the Quab. I mean, they lost the Ogre in the top half of the map, but that doesn't matter. They lost their position 2 and 3. These are the tempo controllers on DeMonster. These guys cannot afford to be dying at this stage in the game.
No.
This means there's only going to be more pressure put onto this Phantom Lancer to show up into the fights. And he has a Midas. So this man still needs Diffusal and a Manta before he can fight. Like, if he had a Diffusal right now, 13 minutes in, I can see him taking fights with his team. But because he went for the Midas, his timings are very, very slow at this point.
Mm-hmm. For sure. He's just farming up though. He's very farmed, to be fair. He's got a lot of money, which you would hope.
Yeah, you have a Midas. I would also hope you have a lot of money. Yeah. They're gonna start pressuring mid with EHOME. They don't have Mars here, nor is his ulti up yet. He's got 2.6k gold!
Oh, unlucky.
He's 9-7.
Nice attempt at the Searing Chains. Arrow going to come through as well. Will miss. Hook shot kind of lands, but also doesn't, as he's able to run away from it anyway. But it doesn't matter. They get the kill regardless. They'll drop the scream. They get themselves 2. And it looks like Marana is going to bring that count up to 3, up to the high ground. But Flair's going to give them a vision. PL's everywhere, scattering the map as they will kill off 3 heroes. Ember Spirit getting a little bit overzealous there and paying the ultimate price in the end.
That was such a bad play by EHOME because they were showing the Morphling top, the Mars bottom, and they still decided to make a play on middle. So DeMonster's like, let me do some quick calculations here. 1 hero top, 1 hero bottom, so there can only be 3 middle. So they bring 5 heroes there and wipe them out.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Like, you can't be showing on the side lanes and the mid lane at the same time 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah, like I can feel the thought process actually coming out from EHOME there, being like, okay, well, this PL, look at this dude. He's got Midas PL. He's not going to do anything. But I mean, all he needs to do is rock up to the fights and cast some spells, and that number advantage is going to make a difference. Doesn't matter what items he have. He could have a Diamond Stick.
Exactly. Dota is a game of numbers, right? Mm-hmm. As long as you outnumber your opponent and you click your spells, you're most likely going to wipe them.
Yeah. For example, there's a 3-on-1 currently happening in the top lane, but with the TPs coming in, that's now going to turn into a 3-on-3, and Ogre Magi not looking too healthy right now, but the call comes down onto the Ember Spirit. Do they have any more lockdown for him? It's a question, and the answer is no. I mean, when the arena comes down, this Rubik gets pinned to the wall like a shish kebab. He is in the bin.
Skewered. Rubik scores.
Delicious.
Delicious.
You can tell I haven't had breakfast, can't you? I'm making a lot of food references in this one.
You're
Sorry,
making me
guys.
hungry.
Yeah, after this meal, I'm gonna have a big, delicious breakfast. Don't you worry. But this Militia tower still being pressured with the catapult now as well. Are they gonna take it this time, Thieves?
Oh, Mars gonna be the one getting jumped. They're
They've
gonna
got
go
the
on to
signs
the...
out on Sim as well. This is the quick reveal, but around the sidelines, they're just going to rip apart the Queen of Pain. They will get the Mars, but they get the Queen of Pain as well, as it's an equal trade. And now the Clockwork trying to run himself away, but still being chased by this Ember, who is just going off the mark right now. He is huge with this double damage rune.
Yeah, that was so much damage. I didn't think the Ember and Ogre alone
Pull onto Ember. PL coming in for this one as well. Does they have the damage take down the Ember Spirit? He tries to jump away, but he is dead. They will get the axe, but a very worthwhile trade right now. Can they save the tower, though? They cannot. The catapult claims it, and the middle tower shall fall for EHOME Immortal. And I don't think they're going to be able to get the other one in response, as Hero's coming up shortly. Although, I say that, I mean, what's a Mirana Morphling going to do about this middle tower being taken? The answer is nothing.
Dude, those are big kills though, because the PL got them, right? So all of a sudden with his minus, he's actually getting a bunch of kills too. He's 4-0 and 3. He has 10,000 net worth, 17 minutes hit. Like, this is not something you're used to seeing, where like a hero with a minus is constantly getting kills, like after buying it. So
yeah,
it's working out. His team is the one sacrificing for those kills though, right? They are losing the axe, they are losing these heroes. But the PL, you know, like, as long as he gets fat, I guess it doesn't really matter too much.
PL is king. Meanwhile, Rubik the Jester gets jumped in the middle lane by the Ember Spirit. As Pain's coming down into bottom here, feeling that they want to go for the Ember. I imagine they've got the Maelstrom finished. Yep, they do on the Ember Spirit. That's why they're making this play. But unfortunately, they won't be able to find him here. But between the Maelstrom and the God's Rebuke, they will be able to find the PL pretty reliably throughout these fights. So it's not the freest PL game in the world, but it's certainly looking damn good right now.
Do you think it's... who do you think is favored this game going to the late? In your opinion, like,
in my opinion,
do you think
from my
PL
point
can
of
actually
view,
out-carry Ember Spirit, Mars, Morphling?
I mean,
Again, you're gonna pay next PL.
He can snowball them for sure. I think once this Manta comes out, I think the Manta's going to be a little bit of time. I think if they keep playing at the pace they're playing at, then yeah, he can out-carry them by simply being more on the map, being more aggressive. This Morphling still got a way to go. He also went for the Lincolns before the Eagle song, so to answer the question, yeah, I think DeMonster can win this game. But unfortunately, Planet dies up in the top lane. Nice little strike team coming in from the side of the Monster now. What about you? Who do you think is going to out-carry this game?
I'm gonna make a bold prediction that late game, this Ember Spirit is gonna have Mjolnir, then he's gonna get an Arcane Rune, and this PL is gonna die to him.
Alright, well, right now he's getting silenced up and beaten down, but the arena comes down in response. They have lost their Ember Spirit, but they're going to lose the Queen of Pain instantly in response. Melodius not looking particularly healthy either. Trying to run his way around the fight, but the PL jumping in, looking for the Mars. Mars getting taken on down, slowed up by this army of Phantom Lancers, and they will lance him into oblivion. Death by 1,000 spears for poor old Mars.
Oh, that's so good for the PL though. He's the one who got all the kills. Even though the Queen... It's like the story this entire game. The Queen and Axe die, PL gets a triple kill.
Yeah.
Every single fight. I'm just thinking what happens when the PL's the one who actually dies. Can the Queen and Axe clean up the fights?
No.
Because they're falling real far behind in this game though.
Look at their net worths, to be fair. I don't know, we're just yet to see this Morphling do anything though.
Yeah, he's not online yet. The Morph is not online yet. He went for Lincolns, right? So he still needs that shotgun before he's online. He just wants to get his levels up. He just wants to make sure he can't die in this game. He knows there's an Axe and Orchid on the opponent's side, so he's been playing a lot more safe. And his net worth is okay too. He's only like 1,200 gold behind the PL with the Midas.
Jesus.
Oh,
Mirana. It's going very hard for this one. They're looking for the PL right now. Does he have the backup though? Only the Rubik here to help him out. And Rubik says,
Goodbye.
yeah, peace out. I'm not helping you with this one. And 70 looking forward here. Leap chart stolen by the Rubik though, and that's actually going to be enough to get him to safety. Well, they're straight in here.
They want Roche, baby.
They do. They certainly do.
I was just gonna leave this, let them have it. There's no way they can take a fight without the Phantom Lancer. And the Phantom Lancer buys here, you might as well just call it a game, because the next time the PO dies, he's dead forever. You're gonna lose your entire base. So
yeah,
they're just gonna give it up. Maybe they can try to steal it with the hook shot, but you see EHOME. They're like, we know what's up, boy.
Yeah, they know what's up. Heals him up. take him down. Make sure this Aegis goes into the paws of the Morphling. Easy paws? The watery tendrils of the Morphling. And meanwhile, ZZ is going to get taken down by Yoga Magi.
These, by the way.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I'll get it right next time. Don't you worry. Okay. Yeesh. I mean, that Roshan really does change things here. 1, 4,
it does.
3, 7. It's, yeah.
Why do you do that, by the way? Why do you call me Steven sometimes? And then you call me 1437, and then you call me 1437. What's up with that? Oh, Queen of Pain.
I like to keep
before you answer that.
Yeah, we'll get to that shortly. But meanwhile, the Queen of Pain's actually getting jumped in the bottom lane. By jump on, I mean she's absolutely getting her French fries salted. Jesus Christ, she is gone. I just like to mix it up a bit. You know, keep it fruity, keep it salty, keep you on your toes.
It's fruity and salty. Again, food references, huh?
Really hungry, man. Really hungry. Well, looking forward to my breakfast.
Speaking of breakfast, will you be having any large sausages for breakfast?
What? I mean...
it's a normal European breakfast, right? You're from
I see, like a schnitzel. I see. No, we don't really do that in Britain. We have small sausages, but yeah, no, I'm more an eggs and toast kind of guy.
So do you prefer smaller sausages or like bigger sausages?
As a vegetarian, I don't really do sausages.
So vegan sausages?
Sure, yeah. I mean, any size will do. The size doesn't bother me. It's not about the size of it. It's about how it tastes.
All right. Taste. Got it.
Meanwhile, Clockwork's getting jumped a little bit here. They need some help, but the Ember's going to come flying on through, and the deep dive will be successful. The Ocean mission pays off as they grab themselves a Clockwork. I wonder what Melodius is planning here. I think he wants to split a creep wave or two. Yeah. PL just continues to farm up. It's kind of sad that this Morphling's out farming him. Well, he's not out farming him yet, but he's got, with the Aegis, it does kind of feel like he's a stronger hero, even though the guy went for a Midas on PL.
Well, the PL did die that one time. Morphling still has 0 deaths, so he's got some constant farm out. So...
6-0 actually on this Morphling. I don't know where this guy's kill came from, but yeah, he's been getting them out of somewhere.
Well, the Queen of Pain and Axe have been dying like in every fight, right?
True.
This Quad has 6 deaths. She's not even closer to BKB yet.
Which is kind of seen the Morphling in these fights though, is the thing, so that's the part which is confusing me. Is, Morphling.
He just comes in, gets a kill, and runs away.
Yeah.
He die because he sees the PL coming. He's like, I ain't sticking around for that, right? If the PL starts burning his mana, there's nothing the Morphling can do anymore. So he just like comes in, picks up a kill, runs away. He sees that fight is over, gets out, and then now that he's got like the E-Blade and stuff, he's really showing up to the fights here. Like he's just been playing.
They found the Clockwork on the high ground here, shove him up onto that cliff, and they'll be able to take him down, leaving the kill for Shiro even. Yeah, this Clockwork's kind of dying rather a lot right now. I mean, he's going for the vision, but I think there is a point where you're kind of not really getting much value out of their deaths. Like, no one was questioning where EHOME was, and he's not making space for that death, so that was just kind of getting caught out of it.
Also, BKB completed on the Mars now, so that means the PL won't be able to burn his mana. No more lifts gonna be able to come out from the Rubik. Arcade is not useful either. The gold lead is starting to fall for the DeMonster, and I feel like they're also buying the right items on EHOME, so things are looking real grim. I'm not entirely sure who they need to kill first to get a good engagement.
Axe on the BKB and now gets a call out onto the Morphling. I'm not too sure what this is though. I mean, this doesn't look like an engagement. This doesn't look like a kill. As ECQ gets jumped in the backlines here, but the arrow's actually going to connect onto the Rubik. Meanwhile, PL trying to find an opening here onto the Yoga Magi. We'll be able to take him down at the very least, but meanwhile, Shiro, he's a PL off his own and he's looking for a target right now. It's 559, sorry, drops the arena down, cures up the Queen of Pain, and she is dead once again. Every fight, this Mars is able to catch out the Queen of Pain and just ruin the team fight of the monsters. PL trying to run away around the side. Looks like he is successful in getting himself back. Unfortunately, Melidas might not be so lucky as he runs himself away. Ooh, and comes the Morphling. He actually gets called out a little bit. Nah, he's fine. He's just playing around right now. They'll drop the axe, and that is a successful fight from the side of EHOME Immortal. And ever since they picked up that Aegis, they have just been playing as if they're bulletproof.
Yep. There's actually, it was such a terrible jump from the axe because he went on the Morphling who's got an Aegis. Like, how are you going to kill him? Your team doesn't have the sufficient burst. The Morphling is playing with a little bit more HP than you have potential to burst. So, on top of the Aegis, they have to find a way to get to the backline. They got to get rid of the Mirana. They got to get the Ogre first. Maybe even an Ember. Ember's probably like the best kill they can get within like one call. He's got 1,800 HP. I think they can actually burst that with the Queen of Pain and such. So they gotta find a way to like pick him off and then catch EHOME with their pants down while they're grouped up like nearby or something. But as they are right now, I don't feel like DeMonster are taking the right angle of approach to be able to kill anyone.
Yeah, I mean, if you are going to drop the Morphling as well, you need to jump him and call him like a... I mean, I don't even think you can call him quickly enough for him not to get the strength shift off, unless you get him completely unawares. But when he's sitting on this cliff here, like, he knows exactly what's about to happen if there's anybody in the area. You know, he's on the enemy side of the map. He's going to be very, very careful. Meanwhile, EHOME making their moves up the top now. I just want to control this area of the map. They've already got the outpost, they've got the 2 tier 2 towers, so they just make sure this area is nice and clear for them to take an easy Rosh. This is their point. I mean, they get the Roshan, they get the Aegis on the Morphling, they can end this game, I'm pretty sure. One more fight, take that high ground, and they're plain sailing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they got all the tier 2s, just one left at the bottom area. This is where we're going to see the Chinese yin-yang like situation where they're just going to keep on dodging one another until they get enough farm or find the perfect pickoff. They're actually going to smoke into the triangle here. This could be a mistake because this is the vision of DeMonster.
Yeah, 4-9 just going up the high ground, but gets signed up actually before he gets off this ringer. If he dies here, they might not have the ability to take on Queen of Pain in the fight. And she's got her own BKB off now, but now in comes the Morphling, just pounding away at that Queen of Pain, but she backs herself out. Meanwhile, ZCQ on the front lines tries to get the stun to the PL, but PL keeping himself nice and elusive here and keeping himself out of danger. When the hookshot comes in onto the Morphling, blasting him back, trying to take him down. The Morphling is dead. They get him. They've got the damage to kill him off, and now this fight looks absolutely awful for EHOME as they lose yet another. Melody is trying to take some more here. The stance comes down onto the Ember. He went for the double damage rune, and now he's going to get lifted up, and he might be joining the pile of corpses which are his team, but no, the Sphere actually catches the Mirana instead. There's no leads available on the Ember. He's going to go down as well, and this might make it the full 5-man team wipe from DeMonster. Oh my goodness gracious, they take down everybody, and all it took was taking the Mars out at the start. Who knew?
Or walking into the ward where the opponent is already sitting in the triangle, right? I mean, I hate to say I told you so, Nomad, but that was for prediction onto the team fight. You cannot make these moves. You're already playing here. You got a big control. If you run into the opponent's high ground vision, you're just going to get wiped because they can see you. They can see all your heroes. They know who to jump. They know who to get first. The Mars blinked in, and guess what? He got lifted instantly. He lost half his health before he could even pop the BKB. Right? He got pre-lifted because he was walking into vision. Morphling, same thing. Couldn't cast any spells because he got caught out. He didn't think they see him, but they did.
Yeah, and you've got to know, I mean, they were even trying to like cement their base, you know, around this top side of the map. They were trying to play around this area and get some wards down and clear things out. And then they're like, I don't know what took them, but they were just like, hey, you know what? Let's try and break the enemy high ground, which is pretty much what it is in that case. Now the Mars, well, don't have vision, but they are going to kill him off all the same. 59 has a brief pause in his death, but die certainly shall. Ember Spirit as well, also getting a little bit clumsy there. Does have a BKB as the Morphling goes in the backline, trying to find himself a target. The hookshot's going to pull him up for the time being. Meanwhile, they'll try and get the group, but Rubik actually gets the Ember Spirits and gets himself away with them. Shiro, he's got to be careful now. His BKB's running low and he backs himself away, and this PL is completely uncontested in this fight, getting whoever he wants. He runs himself forwards here, and they just want to claim this high ground. They don't want to chase for anything more than this. They claim this high ground, they can push in 2 of the waves and try and get themselves this Roshan. That is a long-term goal for this team right now, as they actually get the call out on the sidelines here. Axe managing to find the Mirana. How did he find this one? Well, nevertheless, the Mirana is going to get popped off. See you later.
Oh man, this control from DeMonster is so good at this point. Taking advantage of that one big wipe, getting into a very aggressive position on the map, controlling the triangle area, not allowing Immortal to get back onto the map, pushing out all the waves. Oh, even the Roshan now gonna be up and running. Jeez, dude. They're losing so much right now on the side of EHOME. They do lose the clockwork though. There's potential to stop this Roshan from happening.
They can try it and they're gonna go for it. Yeah, they've got their Mars, they've got their big team fighter. They need to get over here quickly though. Roche down to about 25% HP. Can they get into the pit in time? Ogre Magi trying to make his way in. Roche getting so low, about 10%. Here comes the arena, but the lift comes back. They turn their attentions over towards, but Shiro comes in the backline, takes down Roshan, takes that Aegis, and now all hell breaks loose inside of the pit. They'll take down Meliadus maybe as he backs himself away, but he's just able to run himself out. In fact, everyone's just disengaging from one another and no one's actually going down, but Shiro finds himself the kill, running forwards in that PL form and looking for some targets. This Morphling is pissed and he's looking for some kills. Meanwhile, they've found themselves a PL who stops to fire by Camp. That's not what you want to be doing right now, my friend. Meanwhile, the Clockwork's going to be taken down by Shiro. Clockwork gives his life to buy his PL the times to get himself away. A costly play from DeMonster, and they do end up losing out on so much.
Oh yeah, the Clockwork going bottom like that and getting picked off, then also you're doing Roshan with Phantom Lancer, your damage output is very, very low onto the Roshan, and this Morphling just goes in, takes the Roshan kill and the Aegis. I want to say one thing though, this Mars, he's giving me anxiety, man. Every time he blinks in, he's not clicking his BKB, he keeps getting lifted, like right away.
Yeah.
Like, if you're an initiator, you gotta understand in these kind of like high tense situations, you need to even preemptively click BKB before you blink it, so you can get all your spells off. And
yeah, cue it.
That could have gone really bad. Like the Phantom Lancer could have taken Aegis or whatever, or you could have died because you blinked in, or not even get your arena off. There's so many things that could have gone wrong there. But hopefully he's learned his lesson, and next fight we're gonna see something else. I think even though DeMonster have wiped off EHOME like once and then killed off some other heroes, now that they've given the Aegis back, I think the game is back into EHOME's favor again.
I think so as well. And if you want one thing to say to DeMonster in this series, one thing they must have learned is please control your Roshans. Stop going for these risky Roshans. Guys.
Wait, wasn't that EHOME who did that in game 1? Pretty sure it was, right?
Yeah, true. It was actually. It was. But game number 2, they lost. Well, they just kind of gave away the Roshans. They didn't really lose it. But
Right. They just don't have the damage output with like the items that they have, and they have a Phantom Lancer, right? None of their heroes like amplify one another. There's no like Vladimir's, there's no Solar Crest, right? So PL's not a natural Roche killer. They just need to understand that there's too many heroes alive. Clockwork just died. Your team is like completely out of position.
I believe it's Meliodas. Okay, not Meliadus, or whatever I was saying before. I was kind of giving it the Greek spin, you know, with the theme of the tournament, but yeah,
I think it's
wise.
Isn't it Meliodas? I thought that's what it was.
Meliodas. Yeah, I think so. Meliodas. Meliadus just sounds so like, you know, Spartan there, doesn't it? Meanwhile, the jump in, BKB popped immediately from the Mars this time around, but actually missing the spear regardless as the Yules comes down. People trying to jump on the backline, trying to bring down this Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit getting super low. The Sonic Wave comes cutting on through, and the dunk will bring him down. Both ZE and ZZQ done and put in the bin. Oh no, and 5-9 does actually get the blink away. Beautiful blink there as his spider legs nearly betrayed him. Eric out to the PL as well, so that's going to stop a lot of the chase, and it looks like that's going to put an end to things. Although, Mars, oh, the Yules comes out from the Miranda. Oh my goodness, what a play. Saving the Mars. Might have given her own life here, but I mean, that's the hashtag worth in the all chat right there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the situation around the mid is kind of sketch because they were not quite ready to be able to occupy that area of the map. I'm so surprised they were even able to get any kills and get on the map, even though Morphling has Aegis. Normally we see teams playing much more safe in these situations and waiting for that Aegis to run out.
What do you think, Steven? Is this series is this final game gonna go the distance?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Nobody's using their buybacks. This game's lasting another 10 minutes, surely.
I think so. Nobody feels like particularly far behind, you know. The side of DeMonster, they've got the 6k gold advantage, but they've got an Aegis on this Morphling still for another 48 seconds. Maybe they can make themselves a play with this. But they're gonna want everybody up there.
Here's your build, bro.
Oh,
check out
damn. He's going for the Manta. He's gotten the attack procs counter helix. What an alpha male.
That should help.
Yep.
Meliodas.
That's gonna look real nice. So why don't you explain to chat what this Manta means? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have no idea what this means.
Yeah, which is fair enough, because who builds Manta and Axe other than crazy people? Attacking procs counter helix works on illusions, and counter helix in general works on illusions for some reason, so you turn into a bit of a blender. Not only is that useful for blinking in, calling, and then blowing somebody up, but it's also useful for cutting creep waves as well, and not jungling, because you're an Axe, you don't really want to send your illusions to the jungle, but oh, they look forward onto the morphing here. Beautiful two-man call coming out from the Axe here with that BKB. How can they follow up? The Aegis has just ended as well, but they're holding back now. The arena comes down, but they don't really catch anybody inside of it, except the PL, who is a tricky fish to catch. And he's just going to chill out for a little bit. Now, I look forward here with Arena down. They really feel like an opportunity. The Ember Spirit actually see on the front lines, but he's going to pop the BKB of their enemy. While they look towards the Ogre Match on the sidelines, he is going to die, but the hookshot comes through onto the Ember. Can they bring him down? They need a little bit more, but the dunk comes in and they bring down the Ember Spirit. 2 heroes dead on the side of EHOME. DeMonster are doing it right now. And a celebratory BKB pop from R. Yeah, that was a misclick, but they'll look forward onto the tier 2 tower regardless. And this tower will certainly be there. So what more can they pressure? Because there's no buyback on the Ember.
Yeah, I want to say I've seen that movie before. They keep running into this triangle high ground where there's vision all the time. I'm getting very confused by EHOME's movements right now with some of their heroes. And yeah, this Rax bottom is looking very vulnerable at this stage. They might be a little bit more safe when the Ember gets like 20 seconds, but for now, they're okay.
They're going for the Mirana right now, and this Mirana does not have any defensive capabilities. She is out of the engagement. Has a buyback though, not all is lost.
Next lift, again, they might do something else because there's still 2 heroes dead right now, right? Yeah. So if they see like an Ogre Magi or something, they might jump him. They're just gonna get the Rax instead, go to the mid tower with the Phantom Lancer. Like this is what happens when 2 people are dead and you're sieging. You want to get more kills before the other heroes start reviving.
Yep.
Outnumber your opponent.
Is this the wisest of ideas? Ember's back in 4 seconds. They've got Arena ready to go. They've got Morphling ready to go. Yeah.
They're okay. Like they're gonna make the safe and proper play. That's what DeMonster I feel like are good at, right? They're really good at securing the game once they're ahead here. It's gonna get a Scotty now on the PL. Dude, this PL is becoming a huge problem. I doubted this Midas, but it's been working out, man. It's been working out.
Yeah, I mean, partly due to the way his team are playing, he got a lot of kills and such, but sure, yeah, Midas is good, why not? Midas PL, everyone do it in your pubs now.
Sarcasm is strong with this one.
I like the way you try to cover me just in case people actually think of doing it.
So what are we looking at? Like, this Morph feels so scared to take any engagements. And I think the reason why is because no one is opening up vision for him in the fights. They're not like going in and getting vision of the Rubik, the Clock, the Queen, the ones he can actually E-Blade combo, right? Because he can't E-Blade combo the Phantom Lancer. He doesn't know which one is real. So it doesn't make any sense.
But it's a pretty high risk maneuver.
So what needs to happen is they need to smoke up. They need to make angles where they're not walking up the high ground and try to jump the backline. They got to get rid of the Clock and the Rubik first. And the Queen of Pain will fall naturally because she's actually quite squishy at this stage of the game. So she's only got like 1,900 HP, 40 minutes in, which is very little in my opinion. She should probably take the Shackle, I think. I believe they have one on the side of Dire. Where is it? Oh, they're not even. Oh, the Rubik has it in his
Rubik
stash.
has it in his stash, apparently, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a really good item for the Quap maybe this game, so she can stay alive longer if she gets speared up or something.
Yep, because previously it's been either kill the Mars or they're going the middle play here. Sarah comes down to try and help out the Ember Spirit. Is enough to keep him alive? It is not. He gets absolutely roasted. And now Planet trying to get himself away. He's successful in doing so, but in the backlines they've actually found themselves an Ogre Magi. See you later, sweet prince. That Ogre is dead.
The third time. This is the third time the Ogre and the Ember die first.
Yeah.
Right? Like they just die in a pair. Like it's like 2-for-1 special every time.
Maybe the
at the
Ember
EHOME market.
Maybe the Ember thinks he's the Ogre of its head.
This is so bad. Now they're gonna get another Axe. At least they won't get Mega'd quite yet because the top tower is still alive. But Axe is working on that. Wow, this game turned south real quick, didn't it?
Yeah, this game turned massively fast for EHOME and Immortal. I mean, they just stopped making correct plays, honestly. They started to take some really weird fights, started to do some really weird things, and kind of, I mean, DeMonster are a good enough team to take full advantage of that. Oh yeah, look at these axe illusions, dude. Smash him. Go, find him. Oh my god, they found Mars? Oh my god, I mean, they seem to always know when they're in the trees, to be fair.
They have to take this fight right here. They can't lose Megas.
No, they can't. They gotta do something. They don't have a fortify either, so it's now or never. But it's actually... Oh, okay, they're backing out. They don't want to force the fight. They've got Roshan to take.
They don't want the 5v5 inside of their base.
No.
Because you don't know how many more heroes on EHOME have buybacks, right? So they could literally be fighting maybe 8 versus 5 or something like that by utilizing buybacks. So they're just going to chill, wait for the Roshan. It's up now. Go do that. There's no Aghanims. There is a refresher though. Who's gonna take refresher? Maybe the axe will drop the gem or something. So he gets double fall.
They're on the way.
You can kill.
Axe is here to try and hold the fort down, but in comes the PL, immediately jumping onto the Mars on the front lines. He'll act with BKB, backs himself up around the sidelines, but it's the Mars who gets jumped to the front. He's out of here. Shiro trying to find a target to do damage to, but he's just getting swamped by all his PLs. He doesn't even get a chance to tribute shift. He gets swamped down, and now the core comes down onto the Ember Spirit as well. A clean wipe from DeMonster, and they've just straight up call it. They just straight up freaking call it. They are done with this game. They had a buyback on the Morph and the Yoga, but it doesn't matter. They know that this game is past the point of victory here, as the game crashes to end this one.
Mars again. That last fight, he didn't BKB. He didn't BKB again when he blinked in. And he also had a cheese too.